What's going on YouTube, man? I am doing another Amazon load, and please excuse me for these videos, but I'm actually out in Arizona right now, and I actually left my laptop plug home, so I'm having to do all these videos on my phone. So just please keep that in mind. If they don't seem up to par or seem weird or whatever the case may be, just know that I'm trying to get you some content, but I'm having to do it off my phone, and I'm kind of having to just pick whatever video was already on my phone. What's going on YouTube? This is your man Tim, and today is Sunday, July the 24th, and it is 2:41 a.m. and I am headed to Amazon, headed to the same place this truck is going in front of me. This is about 6 miles from my house. I have a round trip load, which is paying $1.70-something a mile, which is definitely not great. But I haven't had good luck with Amazon all week. I only managed to get Amazon 3 times last week. This right here actually counts as this week. So Sunday, and my weeks end on Saturday, just the same as Amazon's. Amazon's end on Saturday. So like I only get paid for those 3 days this upcoming Thursday. This day will be on a whole nother day. But I guess you can say at least you are starting out your next week, this week, somewhat good, which I'm going to need, because of course Monday morning I'll take this truck in for an oil change, and so that's going to shut me down for Monday. But I am going to try. I can't guarantee it because Amazon has been very, very rough for me. I was planning on trying to do it 7 days a week. But like I was telling you, I only managed to get it 3 days. So less than 50% of the times that I tried to do Amazon was I actually able to do it. But that's my goal, is to try to do it tomorrow morning. Not this Sunday morning, because the days just fall weird, because some would think this is Saturday night, Sunday morning, but it's not. It's Sunday, not Sunday morning. Sunday morning. So I'll try to do one which may be Sunday night, Monday morning, or it may be Monday morning, if any of that's making any sense to you. But regardless, this is only $300 and something. Yeah, so it's definitely not great. And hopefully I can get one. Hopefully I can get one for at least $400 tomorrow. It would be real nice if I could get one for 5 or 6, but I'm pretty sure I can't because of a time restraint. I have to get it there Monday morning pretty early if I want to try to get it there, because I'm also going to try to do Amazon. Like they got some lights out or something. But I'm also going to try to do Amazon Tuesday night. Or let me rephrase it, Monday night, Tuesday morning. But anyway, yep, I'm here at the Amazon facility, man, and let me go ahead and see what I gotta do.
How's it going?
All right.
Hey, you got route 909, you go to door 205.
All right.
Take it easy.
All right, you too. And like I was telling you, this one right here is very unorganized. I've never been able to go to the door that they told me to go to. And it looks like the tradition will not start because they will not. They told me to go to 202. It looks like I might be able to get 203. So, but 202 was taken, which does not surprise me one bit. A lot of rider trucks here. A lot of rider trucks here. For you guys that maybe did not see it as I pulled up, man, but if I'm correct, all 3 of these trucks are rider trucks. But yeah, I'm going in the door 203. And that's what I just mean. That's what I mean about how unorganized the facility is. I really don't like doing it, even though it's like 5-6 miles from my house. It's very close to my house. It's unorganized. Like right now, the dock door is red, flashing red. You probably can see it over on that trailer in front of me. You might notice that it's flashing red and it's not supposed to. It's just very unorganized. It's very unorganized. Also, the load that I'm about to pick up, it's gonna, no telling what. Last time I came up here, my badge didn't work, the door was broke, just all kind of stuff. But it's always unorganized, yeah. But it's 3 rider trucks here, and me. So it's not a lot of, basically it's 3 rider trucks and 1 budget rental.
Which result would you like? Going to 2728 South Memorial Drive, Greenville, North Carolina. Please drive to highlighted route.
What's going on, YouTube, man? I'm all done. I'm all wrapped up. Well, I'm not done, but I'm done getting the stuff loaded on the truck, man. I had about, I don't even know how many pallets it was, to be honest. I'm gonna say it's around 5 pallets, 6.
Construction was reported on Wade Avenue. You are on the fastest route.
Maybe 6 pallets. It was worse than that though. When I started off, it started off as 3 pallets and about 60 individual pieces. And of course, I went to the shipping clerk and just basically told him, "Hey, look, man, I'm gonna refuse this shipment, man, because I see a whole lot of boxes, man, that can be made into pallets, man, and I don't work for Amazon." And he tried to get a little sassy, like, if you contracted with them, that's what they want you to do. I was like, well, the thing about it is, I don't believe that that's what they want me to do. I think that's what they want you to do, and you trying to push that shit out on me, and I'm just gonna let you know I'm gonna refuse to do that. I'm not taking that many parcels, man, because they can be put into a Gaylord, they can be put on pallets, man. It's obvious. And after he seen that I was pretty much firm with my stance, he was, basically was like, well, let me take a look. And he went and took a look, and I guess he knew that I wasn't bullshitting. And he got like 3 guys over there, man, to make like 3 more pallets. That's just showing you how many parcels it was. But basically make basically 3 more. They put them in Gaylords, but basically 3 more other motherfuckers. And then left me with about
In 1.5 miles, turn left on North Carolina 147 South.
Still with about 10, maybe 15, probably closer to 15 singles. But I could deal with that. But I wasn't about to do no damn 60-something, 60-something, possibly 70-something damn individual pieces. I just felt like, it's not that I felt like, I knew that they wasn't doing their jobs, because it's even some boxes I got now. Like, I got some
In
boxes.
1.25 miles, turn left on North Carolina 147 South.
Basically, yeah, I got some individual pieces, man, that are if I have to give you the dimensions of the boxes, I'm going to say the boxes are 18 inches by 10 inches by 12 inches. I got some boxes like that. Now, you tell me why a box like that can't fit on a pallet. It's not an oversized box at all. But, just giving you a little glimpse of some of the bullshit you have to go through, man. And I'm going to tell you, while I was in there, sitting, waiting for them to get those singles together and put them in the Gaylords or pallets or whatever you want to call them. I was looking at YouTube and got a couple of comments, man. And I see why it is so difficult to get good content. Like, basically, I know there's a lot of people that I started out watching that no longer put out content. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, some of them just went out of business, period. And I think some of them just felt like it wasn't worth it because all of the trolls. Because sometimes
Turn left on North Carolina 147 South.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say like I don't do nothing but put out good content. I'm not trying to say that sometimes it is, not put well together, but basically what I'm trying to do with my content anyway, man, is share my experience and kind of as I learn.
1.5 miles, take exit 5A on the left to I-40 East.
As I learn stuff, I try to share it on, kind of not so people don't have to do research, but to kind of make their research a little easier. And just kind of, show them like, okay, well, this is where it's some little twerks. This is where it's a little, I feel like it's some misinformation in the game. Not trying to say I got to be right. But this is where it's some misinformation in the game. For me, anyway. So I'm going to correct it for myself. But since I'm correcting it for myself, I'm going to share it with my audience as well. And one of the main things, because one of the main struggles I felt right from the get-go was that Midwest. I just felt that it wasn't properly translated. I felt that
be in either of the two left lanes, then take the exit to I-40 East.
I felt that the Midwest was, I'm trying to think of the right words to say, and I don't want to get it wrong, but was more of a myth. I guess that's what you could say. Like, basically somebody decided to say, hey, okay, well, some of these cities are over there in the Midwest.
Continue on 5A.
I don't know, just like sometimes how people just don't give all the information. But it becomes word of mouth, basically. You know how we all know that basically you can put, let's say, 20 people in line and you can whisper something, you can start a message. Let's say like you can say, hey, the grass is greener on the other side. You whisper that in the next person's ear, but by the time it get to the 20th person, the message is, I like to smoke grass, especially when it's green. The whole message is completely, has gotten distorted. And that's what I felt like about the Midwest. I felt like it has gotten distorted somewhere along the way. And it got distorted to a point where it definitely could confuse people and get people stuck. And again, just like a perfect example, I think is like the time that I went to Nebraska, which is in the Midwest. First of all, let me say that. According to geography, according to the United States map, according to Google, according to encyclopedias, according to any type of respected informational source, it's in the Midwest. It's a part of the Midwest. There's no accredited source that leaves Nebraska out of the Midwest. But there are individuals, you see what I'm saying, that will leave it out. And I had a few people that, was making jokes, ha ha ha, you in Nebraska, that's not the Midwest. And see, the thing that first of all, the reason why I knew it was in the Midwest is because I researched the Midwest. I looked to see what the fuck is the Midwest, right? Because nobody came out and said, like all these people that were talking about the Midwest, nobody came out and said, well, the Midwest is these 11 states or 12 states. I'm not even sure how many it is right off top, but nobody ever came out and said that. You would hear like one city, like, oh yeah, like the Midwest, like Detroit, the Midwest, Chicago, and it would literally take a person that chose not to research it months, if not, it'll take them forever to figure out what the Midwest is, and they never would figure out what the Midwest is. You see what I'm saying? Because nobody seems to think that Nebraska, for one, is part of the Midwest. But at the same time, no, I didn't take a rocket science for me to know that Nebraska wasn't the greatest city. It's not the worst city neither, first of all. It's not the worst city. I don't want to mislead nobody. It's not the worst city. There are cities, in my opinion, that are in the fantasy makers Midwest that are worse than Nebraska. First of all, if you really want my true opinion, but that's my opinion. But at the same time, I already knew that it wasn't no prize state when I went to it. You know, and that's just the way sometimes the trucking industry is when you out here, is that you can't go from a great state to a great state, a great city to a great city. Sometimes that's not the way it is. Sometimes things need to be delivered to a shitty city. But the one thing I did know about Nebraska is it was very close to Kansas City. And that's the whole reason why I chose it anyway. Right? Because I had other loads where I could be, but the point is I wanted to be in Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri. And that was the closest thing, that was the closest way that I could get to Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri, from what was offered to me from the location I was in, which, if I'm correct, I think I might have been in Delaware or something at the time. But that was the option that to get me to the Midwest. I mean, I could have went other places. I could have went back home. I mean, I had options. You know, I could have went to North Carolina. I could have went to Virginia. But to me, I didn't feel like that's where my best potential was. Like, one, because I knew Amazon, there was no possible way for you to make $1,000 in North Carolina from Amazon unless they work the goddamn dog shit out of you, you know, unless you work every last one of those 11 hours and Lord forbid that you have to return home, you know, because that will fuck it all up, basically, if you have to return home. But yeah, like I said, I knew what I was getting into with going to Nebraska. I knew Nebraska was in range to...
in 2¼ miles, keep right to Wade Avenue.
To be able to deadhead to Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri, which in fact I ended up doing. Which I wasn't necessarily hoping. Like, once I actually got there to Nebraska, I was hoping that I could find something in Nebraska to carry me on, you know, to some money, you know, even if it was just taking me to Kansas City, which is probably what I would have preferred more than anything, is for it to take me to Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri. But anyway, man, I'm not going to sit up here and talk too much about it. Really, the thing that I just wanted to come in and say is, man, I see why it's hard for people to keep putting content out on YouTube with all these, I'm going to tell you what they are, all these motherfucking jackass trolls. Now, y'all can troll me all the fuck you want. I mean, you won't break me. I mean, like I say, if I choose not to do YouTube, it's because it just doesn't make any sense for me. It's not because of none of the shit you do, man. Come on, man. I'm a grown
Be in
fucking
either of the
man.
two right lanes.
that I go back to the facility, but I'm actually putting my address, my home address,
Turn right, then take the first left.
into the GPS. Cause like I say, it's 5 miles away from my house.
Turn left, then take the third left.
And a lot of people may not know what to do.
Turn left, then take the third left.
A lot of people may not know what to do on round trips. I can just give you some advice from, I don't have a lot of experience, but
Turn left on South Memorial Drive, then take the second left.
I'm gonna get a GPS time to get his rocks off. And shut his chops, but to be honest, it didn't take my
Going to Turn left on South Memorial Drive, then take the second left.
Okay, so anyway, like I was saying, is generally what a round trip means, and just to save some of you guys some trouble.
Turn left at the traffic light.
Some time. I'm not gonna save you any trouble, probably. Well, probably will save you some trouble. Probably some time, but basically when you go back to the, I'm gonna stop and get some gas. But when you go back to the, I sent it with $3.53, so I'm definitely gonna try to get some of this gas. But anyway, hey, let me get the gas and I mean, it's not a lot to tell you, but
Turn left at the traffic light.
I just want to make sure that I tell you correctly. So I'm gonna pause it and get some gas. Okay, YouTube, I always make a mistake when I pause it. I always make a mistake and hit stop record. But anyway, stop to get some gas. $113 to fill this baby back up, which is pretty good considering that it wasn't filled up in the first place. Plus, I've done this trip so generally it lets me know that this trip didn't cost me a whole lot of money to do. I mean, it's not over with. Of course, I got to go back. But anyway, man, like I was saying, if you ever get a round trip from Amazon, where basically you are dropping something off at a post office, but you are not picking...
In 3/4 mile, turn left on Stantonsburg Road.
But you are not picking anything back up. But it's telling you to go back to the Amazon facility. Go back to the Amazon facility, but try not to go through the gate. I mean, through the checkpoint. In other words, you're going to try to get your get Amazon app to register you as showing up, but you don't want to go through the gate, because if you go through the gate, believe it or not, they not gonna know what to do.
Turn left at the traffic light.
Okay, YouTube, man, it is 6:50.
Turn left at the traffic light.
6:57, man, and I'm doing this round trip load, and I am I'm not even a half a mile away from Amazon. It's really just right around this corner, but I wish I could get my app. Let's see if I can possibly get my app. I'm not gonna be able to get my app. I'd like for you to be able to see it, but that's not gonna happen with me. Trying to show you everything that's going on.
In 4 miles, take the exit on the right toward Durham.
That's the directions to go home right there. But then there's some directions for Amazon. I gotta make sure I don't pass it. But basically, like I was telling you guys, when you do the round trip, if you can avoid going through the gate, like if you can get your your Amazon app to acknowledge that you have came back to Amazon, without going through the gate, that's best. Because of course, when you stop at the gate, it's gonna be some issues. I don't know, maybe they got it worked out, but because I will give Amazon some credit, I have seen some improvement throughout their facilities. Doing the check-in process, I have seen some improvements since I've been back here in North Carolina, at both of the facilities, the one in Graham and the one right here in Durham that I'm about to go to. These are the main two I go to in North Carolina. I've been to other ones in North Carolina now. I've been to a couple in Charlotte and Concord and so on. This is the wrong turn. This is the wrong one. Is this the right one? This is the wrong one. Guess I'm just going to have to pay close attention to the GPS. I'm trying to make sure. Okay, yeah, this is normally where I turn around at. So that would mean Amazon. And what I'm going to try to do, I think this one, I'm just looking where the dot is. I may not even have to pull in there to get it to. Yeah, I do. For it to acknowledge. There it is. It did it. It acknowledged. So I'm just trying to come right back out. I don't even got to go in. It acknowledged that This is a little difficult. And my trip is over. I wish you could have seen it. Okay, man, I just want to take a few more minutes, man, before we get out of here to explain the repercussions of going through that gate and basically what happens on that round trip. Because, I mean, we know, everybody knows what a round trip is, except the people at that gate and their superiors and anybody in Amazon after that point that doesn't drive a truck. They are clueless and they're not going to know why you showed back up. That's why I'm saying if you do go through the gate, which I don't recommend, to make sure that you get your last 4 load sequence before you get near that gate. Because once you get near that gate, your app is going to clear it off. Your app is going to register as you have completed the load, and it's going to put that load into your history, where it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you to retrieve that information. Not trying to say that you can, but it just becomes more difficult for you to retrieve that information. So it's easiest to go ahead and remember the last 4 of your load sequence, so you can give it to him and for him to have to search for it, because he ain't going to know what the hell going on either. But when you go through that gate, they're not expecting you to come back. They're not expecting you to come back through the gate. Even though you've done exactly what Amazon app told you to do, they're not expecting you to come back through that gate. And they don't have any information on your load because it is history. It is something that has came and gone. And they only are used to dealing with information that is in the now process, not something that's going that has already happened. They're not used to dealing with information like that. So basically what's going to happen, I'll just give you the heads up. What's going to happen is that guy ain't going to know what to do. He's going to sit up there and he's going to, probably fool around himself about 10 to 15 minutes. And once he's clueless and the line has got backed up behind you and all that stuff has transpired, he finally going to call somebody, his superior, and they ain't going to know what to do neither. So it's going to take them about 20 minutes to finally figure out, well, let's just assign him a dock door, and then they're going to assign you a dock door. So about 30 minutes at least have went by this time. And then what's going to happen, man, is you're going to go to that dock door, and it's going to take about 20 to 30 minutes for somebody to show up. Maybe you're probably going to have to hunt somebody down and explain the whole situation to them again. But anyway, when somebody finally does come, this is really what's going to irritate you. When somebody finally does come, which is probably by this time you have spent an hour back at Amazon, they're going to tell you to open up the back of your truck. You're going to open up the back of your truck. As soon as they see that there's nothing in there, they're going to tell you to shut that truck. They're going to make up some dumb excuse why they had to see in the back of your truck. And then that's it. They're going to tell you to go ahead and leave. So that's why I'm saying it's best to not even go through that whole extra hour of confusion, because there's no repercussions for you. It's not like Amazon is going to punish you. It's not like Amazon saying that you didn't fulfill your mission, because you did. And to be honest, it's a way that you can go inside the app. I'm not recommending it at all, but it is a way that you can go inside the app the way you don't even have to go back to the facility. You could just basically check this box that says that the app did not recognize that you have arrived at the facility, and it will automatically go ahead and do the same thing it would do as if you was at the facility, which is it would end your route. So just say, for instance, like if I was doing Amazon over the road and I got a round trip like that, that is an action I would do. No, I wouldn't drive back to Amazon unless I was going that way anyway. I wouldn't do that. And to be honest, if my house wasn't already on the way, I wouldn't have done that. I just would have put that in the app that, hey, this thing can't register that I came back to the facility. and it would have marked me as if I came back to the facility, and that would have been the end of my route. So anyway, man, I'm not going to deliberate on that anymore, man, but it's all types of mistakes that Amazon don't have a good method for, which that's not a mistake, but it's all type of errors in their system. They have a whole lot of errors in their system, and I mainly think it comes from not allowing people to communicate with them in a easy method, in an easy way. It's almost like they don't want you to communicate with them, and it could make Amazon a much better place, but I think it may cost them a few dollars, and that's what they don't want. They don't want any added expense. But if you ask me, it is added expense, kinda. But Amazon is set up to where, even though it made that mistake, all the people that's gonna be involved with it ain't getting paid an extra penny anyway. You're not, as the carrier, even though it took you a whole extra hour, you don't get no money for that. The people that they get to attend to you, they don't get any extra money. You see what I'm saying? So as far there's no extra added expense for Amazon. So really, it is no reason for them to really care about it. And they don't. But they have a whole bunch of glitches like that, man. I can tell you another one, man, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video because I'm actually at home. If you're actually still looking at the actual video instead of listening to me, this is the exit that I live on, and that just goes to show you how close I am to that Amazon facility, man. But I'll get up with you guys later on, man. Later.